Well, having unpacked this machine, I gotta tell you, I really love the look of the black and white of this white colorway of the Elliptigo. I don't think I have seen it before I actually took it out of the box, because it's a more recent color. It started out as the green one, and then the black one was pretty popular, but I think the black and white coloration is primarily white with the black accents is really beautiful. So the main thing I'm interested in is the function of this machine to enable me to run down the road without injury. But I like that it's beautiful also. I like that I think that it's beautiful. Anyway, I'm about to take my first steps. My first gliding, running steps on the Elliptigo, moments from now. Okay, here I am. About to do my first ever ride on an Elliptigo. Pretty brave. I bought one and never even been on one of these before. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love it. Here's the beautiful machine, and I'll hop on it here in a moment. Okay, here goes nothing. First try. Oh, yeah. I just had my foot rested on that. Remember, you're not supposed to stand on the kickstand. Stand on the bike with the kickstand. Luckily, I just had my foot resting on it. Now I'm ready to go. Again, give this a shot. Couple of pushes, and now I am, ooh, that feels great. I'm striding down the road. Wow, pretty cool. Pretty nice. I'm gonna take this out to a nice bike path and see what happens as I increase my ability to get used to this lovely machine. Okay, here I am, my first ride on the Elliptigo. Learning how to ride with one hand, which is a little more challenging. I'm on the San Gabriel River bike path, which goes 37 unobstructed miles from the sand of Seal Beach to the mountains of the San Gabriel Range, never having to cross traffic. It may be paradise. Anyway, here I am. Let's see, I'm gonna shift up, or try to. So again, first time, one-handed. I'll get better at this. It's a bit wobbly now, I know. But I gotta tell you, I'm loving it. Back when I had two hands on the bike, on the Elliptigo, it was very easy to go straight and go hard, get my heart rate up. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I'm gonna put this camera away and enjoy it a bit more. Check in later. Oh yeah, that was great. So I'll have to show you on Garmin later, but you know, before I got this marvelous machine, I've been pathetically jogging, running very slowly, because of all of the trauma caused by running impact over decades. But that's all I had before I got this thing. And I haven't gotten my pulse above the low 140s at the most. I've averaged in the 120s. And today, I blissfully was able to get my pulse above 170, and for extended periods, averaging in the mid 160s. So if you do the math, 220 minus my age, which is supposed to be my maximum heart rate, according to that formula, my blood's all in my legs right now, but you do the math. You're watching this from your chair. Anyway, I exceeded my maximum heart rate supposedly and kept it above that for big blocks of time. So yes, this is the marvelous non-impact running machine I hoped it would be. And yes, I was able to pierce the veil, experience flow, the state of giving everything in the oneness of all-out physical exertion. Oh, I'll tell you more about it later when some more blood is available to my brain. You notice I didn't get the GoPro out and film anymore while I was on the path because, well, two things. It was too intimate to be filming. I couldn't do anything but do what I was doing. I couldn't film and do the whole body thorough immersion in going forward on the Elliptigo. I couldn't do two things at once, and that's the beauty of it. But maybe I will mount the Elliptico on my helmet or something else so that I don't have to hold it in my hand while trying to do this marvelous thing, you know, because the wheels are smaller and you know, the wheels on a full-size bike create a gyroscopic effect that helps one balance without hands. But on this, that's all down to the ground. So maybe I'll develop more proclivity in balancing or riding with one hand. But I don't think I might. But anyway, 2 hands to the bars, 2 feet to the pedals, 1 body mind to the task. I love this thing. First ride, bliss achieved. Full immersion, undivided body mind unity achieved. Haven't achieved this in many months. Many months. And all I need is a path without auto traffic. A headwind helps. You know, I'm here near the coast, and so going up the San Gabriel River bike path was slightly uphill, as rivers tend to flow downhill to the ocean. But the onshore winds, the cool sea air, gets sucked inland by the heating of the inland mountain valley plains. That hot air rises and it pulls the cool ocean air in, which creates a headwind going upstream. So turning around and coming back down the San Gabriel River bike path, you might think, oh, that's easier, it's downhill. But it's harder because it's into the headwind. And you know, for my purposes, the desire for flow state, enlightenment, awakening through full embodied engagement, well, for that, a headwind and the upright posture of the Elliptigo, the posture we find in running, the stride I use with running. But today, this first time, because there was no impact, I could just run as hard as I wanted, and none of my chronic running parts cried out. My Achilles tendons were fine. I didn't feel any plantar fasciitis. I didn't feel any knee pain. All I felt was mellow, a mellow burning of the quads and hamstrings and gluteus and even the shin muscles, everything, the whole legs, the torso. The hard breathing, which I haven't done in months. The dissolution of separateness. All right then. I've showered and had something to eat, and what can I say? The first day, the first ride on the Elliptigo, it met my expectations. You know, as if you've heard my first video in this series, I've been imagining how I thought this would really work for me, riding the Elliptigo, how it would enable me to do like a hard running effort without being injured, something I haven't been able to do for decades. And if you heard that first video, I've substituted all sorts of other activities. And in retirement now, I'm looking for the perfect activity, the one that can help me exercise at an intensity level that I like, which is high intensity, without getting injured, without provoking old running injuries. And it really worked today. I just looked at my Garmin, my information on Garmin, and I did 90 minutes. There was an hour block in the middle of that 90 minutes when I averaged 160 beats per minute for my heart rate, and I hit a max of 171 during that hour. You know, the 220 minus age formula, I'm 65, so 220 minus 65 is 155. 155 is supposed to be the absolute maximum according to this simple formula that my heart can reach. And obviously I've been training since I was a little tyke, and my maximum heart rate is not 155. I'm not sure what it is. The Mount Palomar ride with the Elliptico crowd in about a month, I'll probably find out what my maximum heart rate is. That's the World Championship of Elliptigo. And I guess I will try to do that. But the bottom line is I am so happy. You know, I can't recall the last time I've gotten my heart rate up to the low 170s. It was probably the last serious race walking race I did, which was quite a few years ago now. Maybe it was 4 years ago now, perhaps. But to average 160 for an hour, the first time I've climbed on the Elliptigo, well, I was in the middle of it, you know. I was feeling that flow. I was really one with the whole thing. And it was what I was looking for. And it's a great feeling. And I'm just so happy that my intuition, my research online about this machine has proven to be true. You know, one day is not a lot of data, not a lot of evidence, but it sure worked today, and none of my old injuries were provoked. My legs felt great. I was breathing hard. I was breathing as hard as I could. I was going as hard as I could. And normally, if I tried to do that either now with race walking or running, it would be impossible. You know, injuries would hold me back. And it's so nice to have this form now. This amazing machine, taking the elliptical machine outdoors and running down the road. I'm really looking forward to seeing where we go here. I should put out the caveat that I've been training seriously for many, many years, many decades. You know, if you heard my my first video in this series, you know, I was 12 years old trying to run 50 miles. So, and it was my idea to do so. No one was asking me to do it. In fact, my parents didn't like the whole idea of me devoting so much time to embodied engagement. But in any case, I've been doing this a long time. So if you're a 65-year-old just thinking of taking up the Elliptigo, I wouldn't recommend doing what I did today just for your first shot. But what it tells you, or what it tells me, and what I think it could tell anybody, is that this machine, based on your health, based on your level of fitness, based on your heart health and your, you know, all the markers that tell you whether you can exercise at a high intensity, you're able to do it on this machine without hurting your parts that are vulnerable if you try to do it as a runner. And there's no impact, you know. You roll along, and I saw beautiful scenery today. I went by many parks. I was on the San Gabriel River. I'm hoping I can figure out a system that will allow me to be in this intense place that I love to be, and also do some video filming in the middle of it. I think I've seen maybe harnesses I could wear on my chest or to mount the GoPro camera, or maybe I can, you know, mount it on my helmet or something like that. I'll figure it out. But in any case, my report back on the Elliptigo, after a year and a half of imagining what it would be like and hoping that it might be the way that I can get some really great training without breaking down in a fun way. You know, right off the bat, 90 minutes, no trouble, no problems. And that would be impossible if I tried to run at the intensity level that I was able to do the Elliptigo today. So, wow, highest recommendation. I'm so glad that my hopes were realized today, and what I hoped would be possible, what I imagined would be possible, what my research made me think would be possible, has proven to be possible. And wow, I'm looking forward to seeing where this can take me. It sure took me to a great place today. I'm feeling that amazing post-hard workout sensation. I mean, the middle was amazing, you know, being in the midst of it. That's the part that I really love, just where I can't think about anything else other than what my body's doing in that moment. Completely consumed, going forward, breathing hard, striding hard. Oh, it's an amazing feeling, and you know, it's about being fully awake. It's about illuminating the present moment as fully as possible, with no distractions. Just the thing that I'm doing, just the thing that you're doing at that moment. And reaching that state is a marvelous, marvelous thing to do. And this machine, this Elliptigo 11R, it's going to let me do it. It's going to let me do it really, really often, and I'm pretty excited about that. So thanks for hanging in there with me, and I will post some other videos as I figure out. It's hard for me to, I really can't hold this camera and go down the road as hard as I'd like to. You know, the balance is precarious. One-handed riding is not very stable, at least for me. That's fine, because it's easy to ride with two hands on this thing. But in any case, I'll figure out a way to be able to get a little more on-the-road video. And I'll take maybe some more breaks in the middle, just to show you where I am and keep you up to date on how things are going. Maybe I'll visit some interesting places, but the bottom line for me is this was a vehicle for heightened physical fitness and awareness, you know, enlightenment, as I say, awakening. And I'm not joking about that. It's a real thing. I experienced that today. It's a marvelous thing to experience, and I'm so glad that this machine is letting me do that. So couldn't have gone better. Feeling pretty good about it. Anyway, I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye. Good luck to you.